Yes. What would contraindicate a psychological service dog? From a mental health standpoint, someone who is not mentally resilient enough to handle the difficulties associated with a service dog, is number one in my mind. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, you're not. I'm not saying that in a like a harsh way. Like we're all on a journey, and when it comes to disability, like it's a spectrum between like not disabled, not distressed, not being impacted to profoundly disabled. And so a service dog actually is a disability tool that is best like utilized when you can actually engage with the world around you and the dog. But if you can't engage with the world around you and the dog, you can't listen to cues that the dog is giving you, can't use your skills, then the trainers can tell you there's going to be something called an extinction of some of the behaviors, but you're also not going to be able to benefit of the tasks that are supposed to mitigate your disability. So dog training and handling is very, very hard and overwhelming. If a person is unable to tolerate the distress in a safe way, that for the dog, themselves, and others around them, a service dog may not be right for them at that time. So, for example, if you're getting a service dog for agoraphobia, which agoraphobia is largely, you can, I won't go into a major definition, but agoraphobia might show up like I don't leave a safe space, a house, for days, weeks, months, years on end. Um, to have a service dog and training with Atlas, like you would be required to leave the house, safe zones in order to attend trainings. You also have to take your dog outside to go to the bathroom. You might have to leave a room or a couch or wherever your safe zone is to interact with that. This is a part of the therapeutic benefit of a psychological service dog, and that a part of a treatment for agoraphobia or for these things, it would be gradual exposure. If you are not able, or you're not at a place at that time where you're able to tolerate the distress, a service dog might not be right for you at that time. Another would be if someone is planning to utilize a service dog for non-therapeutic purposes. So someone wanting to utilize a service dog as a protection, working dog in tandem, due to the mental health disabilities to feel safer. They're wanting to use it as a protection. Jennifer and Sasha can talk a little bit more about that. That would contraindicate a psychological service dog because it goes over into what a service dog isn't, which is not a protection dog, cannot be aggressive, cannot do tasks that are intimidating or aggressive. Or if someone, I'll give an example of OCD, if someone with OCD, part of their disability is, um, you know, engaging in these rituals and compulsions, but someone with OCD planning on including a service dog in various rituals with no desire to apply disability mitigating or treatment planning. Like they're just like not wanting to do those goals. Like I'm getting a service dog to aid a particular ritual or compulsion. Um, or this might sound kind of out there, but the nature of OCD is to kind of figure out something and ruminate. I'm getting a service dog to prove to my OCD that I'm not attracted to animals or whatever it is. That would contraindicate. They're kind of taking it, and essentially it can make it worse. I think Sasha gave an example of like social anxiety. Man, boy, does having a service dog put a lot of eyes on you. If you're not at the place where you can tolerate that, work through that, begin to integrate that into treatment, that's going to be really, really difficult. Um, that might contraindicate. So those are some kind of basic areas where, as a provider, I'm going to, discuss that. Another